The Bengals are 0-3. Are they going to get their first win of the 2024 campaign on Sunday in Carolina? The 5 things I'll be watching for, plus a prediction for Sunday's matchup. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to CBT. I'm James Rapien of BengalsTalk.com. Thank you so much for subscribing to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. And if you haven't yet, that's okay. Hit that subscribe button right now, ring the bell, join the 47,000 plus Bengals fans that have made CBT part of their routine. And let's get into this game. The Bengals are winless. No one expected them to be winless. Today's show, by the way, brought to you by BetUS. And being winless going into the final game of September, when like a month ago I was sitting next to Ted Karras on Enter the Jungle, and I said, yeah, 3-1 is sort of my minimum for you guys in the first month. And now the Bengals are in a position to maybe get to 1-3. And I say maybe because Andy Dalton's coming off of a good week, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. And this is much easier said than done when it comes to going to Carolina and winning this game. So let's get into the things I'll be watching for. Number one is Andy Dalton. Are you going to make him uncomfortable? You got to get pressure. Pressure the red rifle. Pressure Andy Dalton. Make him uncomfortable. Make him feel you. And if you do that, well, then he's not going to do what he did last week, which is put up 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, and some of those throws. I mean, the throw to Adam Thielen was just awesome. Just a great throw by Andy. Still more than capable of slicing you up, dicing you up. And so you got to get pressure. You got to make him uncomfortable. You can't let him get into a rhythm early, which is something they obviously didn't do against the Commanders on Monday night with Jaden Daniels. Number two, this is probably going to be the case a lot this year, especially because of this defense, and it is leaky, but you want to get off to a fast start. And you want to take the crowd, this road crowd, out of the game, because I'm sure Carolina is going to show up. They're excited, right? There's some hope now. Andy Dalton played really well last week on the road, and now they come home. They can embrace him. They can cheer him on. There's guys like Xavier Legette that are going to get more time this week because of a guy like Adam Thielen going down. He hurt his hamstring on that really nice touchdown catch and throw by Andy. And so you're going to see some new faces, and I'm sure there's a lot of excitement around that. So if you're the Bengals, start fast on offense. You did that on Monday Night Football. Get stops early on defense. If you start fast as a team, you can take the crowd out of it, give yourself some momentum, and push forward here. That's what the Bengals need. They need to get into a little bit of a rhythm here as a team where the offense and the defense are both playing together. If you can do that, then you should be in really good shape. Number three, the one thing that maybe this defense can do, if they're not going to be able to stop the run, if they're not going to be able to generate a ton of pressure, can you generate turnovers? Can you generate big plays? Can you do something to cause a little chaos? And so fumbles, interceptions, poke the ball out, do whatever you can to force a couple of turnovers. That can be game changing too. It doesn't have to be pressure all the time. It doesn't have to be a bunch of 3 and outs. It doesn't have to be getting off the field. Can you force turnovers? And right now they have 5 sacks, right? They didn't force a turnover on Monday night. They need to do that. Those are game-changing plays, and they've struggled to do that this year. They did it a little bit in Kansas City, but not against New England, not against Washington. They need to force some turnovers and obviously take care of the ball on Sunday in Carolina. Number 4 is probably the biggest thing I'm watching for, literally. Amarius Mims, 6'8", 350 pounds, the number 18 overall pick. And earlier this week, we chatted with him, and he's citing off the tackles that were taken before him, and he remembers all of them. And he was the 5th tackle taken in this class. And he said, look, I have a chip on my shoulder. I want to show everyone how good I can be. And he was not satisfied with that Monday night performance after Trent Brown went down. So how does Amarius Mims play? I think that's going to be an interesting one on how he does in his first career start. And this is an ideal spot, I would say. You're on the road, so that part of it stinks. But going up against a Carolina team that you should be able to hold up against, I can't wait to watch Amarius Mims on Sunday. Number 5, and this one is interesting because we've talked a lot about pressuring the quarterback, and I do think the defensive line rotation is going to be a bit different. Sam Hubbard, Does he rotate in and out with Cedric Johnson more? Obviously, Miles Murphy's still on injured reserve. He's going to miss at least one more week. Who knows? Maybe longer than that. You don't know. But he has to miss one more week. And so to me, who steps up outside of Trey Hendrickson? You have Trey Hendrickson on one side. Maybe it is a guy like Lawrence Guy, pun intended, that steps up in the middle and holds up against the run. And maybe Chris Jenkins takes another step forward. I thought he was pretty solid the other day. And then on the other edge spot, or at the other edge spot, Sam Hubbard and Joseph Osai both look awful. They look awful. I mean, neither one's generating consistent pass rush. Neither one's been stellar against the run, and you need to find something there. So whether it's Cedric Johnson, whether it's Hubbard playing better, whether it's Osai playing better, they have to find a way to find the right rotation there to get the most out of those guys. And I certainly think that's something that we're going to have to monitor on Sunday during this game. Up next, my prediction. Will the Bengals beat the Panthers? I'll tell you my prediction coming up next. Today's video is brought to you by BetUS. It's Bengals, it's Panthers on Sunday. Will the Bengals take down the Red Rifle Andy Dalton? Maybe you think they're going to pick up their first win of the year. Maybe you think that they're going to cover the 4 to 4.5 point spread, and it's gone back and forth this week. We'll see where it settles in at game time. But the point is you got to get to betus.com today. And right now, take advantage of the offer that all Cincinnati Bengals Talk viewers are getting. Use code YouTube150. When you go to make that first deposit, you're going to get a 150% deposit bonus. Boom, just like that, free money. And then on your next 2 deposits after that, so your second and third deposits, you'll get a 125% bonus as well. Take advantage of it today by going to betus.com, using code YouTube150, whether you're wagering on the Bengals, whether you're wagering against the Bengals, whether you're wagering on anything from NFL to MLB to NBA futures. BetUS is the place to go. Again, use code YouTube150 at betus.com. It is prediction time as the Bengals travel to Carolina, play the Panthers. Week 4, are they going to get out of September without a win? They haven't done that in the Joe Burrow era. Haven't done it. They haven't started 0-3 in the Joe Burrow era, and they also haven't gone to a winless start in their first 4 weeks. So will it happen this week? The answer is no. The Bengals are going to win this game. And I get it. There's a lot of, it's an uncomfortable spot right now, 0-3. This Panthers team, they played really well last week. I expect them to play well this week, and I think it'll be a competitive game. But there is no way, absolutely no way this defense can be as bad as they were in week 3. They can't be. Whether it's forcing a turnover or 2, whether it's getting a couple of 3 and outs, whether it's forcing a few punts, I think they will do that. And then on offense, I still think there is at least 1 or 2 more gears they can hit. And that's what I like about this offense is they're so multiple. And so I expect this offense to play at a high level again. I expect Joe Burrow to play at a high level. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, the weapons, the complementary pieces around them. I love the tight ends and what they've brought, whether it's Mike Gesicki, Eric All, Drew Sample. The running backs are starting to come into their own. Zach Moss was really good last week. And I thought they sprinkled in Chase Brown just enough. And maybe his role grows a little bit. But I like what they're doing on offense right now. I expect that to continue. And I'm going to take the Bengals in a game that, yeah, it does feel kind of weird right now. But I think that they handle business. 27-17. They don't quite get to 30 like they did last week, but they play well. The defense holds up. They force a few turnovers, and they get out of Carolina with a win. And look, a win is a win. Whether it's 27-17, whether it's 27-26, the Bengals have to win on Sunday. Must win in all capitals, bold, declare it whatever you want, but that's what it is. So we'll see if they can get it done on Sunday. We're going to have you covered. We will be there. So please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. We'll have all of your post-game reaction. And if you want more on the Bengals, of course, go to bengalstalk.com. And of course, if you're betting this week, go to betus.com, promo code YouTube150. For Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching Cincinnati Bengals Talk.